Okay, welcome back. This is Anna Kipney from Bergeon. For those of you not met me before, I'm the founder and director of a energy healing company called Bergeon. We are the UK leaders for theta healing, and we are known internationally. I've taught thousands of students worldwide, and we have actually students fly in internationally to come and study with us at our London classes. So today's Facebook Live. So if you've been listening for the last few days, we're kind of starting to build up the energy, starting to give you direction on how to manifest using theta healing. We did an energy clearing session to clear some of your blocks to creating success. And now we come to the part 3, which is really getting clarity on what your goals are and practical action steps so that you can move forward. So I see quite a few people have joined us now, so welcome. Okay, so I posted on Facebook this morning that I'm going to be coaching you today. This is an additional service that I offer for my students that can really help you with your business. So here's the agenda today. So I would like you just to post any questions you have in regards to your blocks in terms of your business. So if you are just starting out in your healing wellness practice, let me know. Are you struggling to get clients? Are you confused about social media? Are you even not sure where to start? You've got your certificate from Reiki or from yoga or even from theta healing and you don't know what to do next. Or maybe you are starting to get traction and movement in your business and you're really wanting to up level and increase your income, maybe expand, maybe to teach internationally or to service people internationally. So let me know, what are your challenges in your business, in your practice, so I can help you. So if you're watching the replay, you welcome, obviously welcome, so you can take part in this exercise as well. I've provided a link for you guys to download a very powerful tool. It's called a Pocket Mentor. So if you click to that after this recording, you can download the Pocket Mentor, and this is a really powerful but simple tool. This was shown to me by my mentor years ago, John Canary. I was coached by John Canary for 2 years. Some of you may have heard of John. He was working closely with Bob Proctor back in the 70s and 80s, and together they created a program called the Born Rich program. And it wasn't necessarily about becoming richer financially, but it was really about recognizing that you've got gifts, talents, and abilities that you can share with the world and how to deliver that in form of results for people. So that's where I first heard about John, and so I was mentored by him by John Canary for 2 years. Since then I've been mentored and coached by many people, and I'm really excited. I've just signed with my new coach literally just last night, so I'm so excited about where she's going to take me to the next level of my business. So we all need a little help. So yeah, you can download the Pocket Mentor and after this call. All right, so I can see Stiliana, I'm struggling to start it all. Okay, yeah, that's probably one of the most common blocks that people have about even beginning. So the first thing is we need to get clarity on the kind of business you want to create. That's the first thing. There are so many ways to run a healing wellness coaching business. So when I started doing one-to-one sessions from my living room. So at that time, my son was, I think, about 2 years old, and it was on a Saturday morning. I would have my husband take my son out for the day, and I would tidy up the entire house, clean the toilet, vacuum, pull all the toys away, put the scented candles on, put some nice music on. I would do my first healing on a sofa in my living room. And so that's how I started. Now that was a lot of effort. And the way I picked up my first client was attending a practice group. So in our courses, we have regular monthly practice groups. So when my teacher was running those in London, I would attend to practice my skill set. So that mastery doesn't happen in a weekend course. It happens when you continually practice. So that's the first thing I would suggest, that if you are certified and accredited as a therapist or practitioner or a coach, then just because you've got the certificate doesn't mean that you're automatically an expert. You've obviously been qualified by your instructor, but it requires regular practice. Like with anything, the more you practice, the better you get. So that's really the first kind of tip I'll give you today, is that practice makes perfect. It's taken me 10 years to get to the level where I'm at now. I've done something like over 10,000 one-to-one healings now. My teacher, Vana Steibel, has done over 80,000 readings and healings. So obviously she's got a lot more experience. So the more you practice, the better you get. So my first client was in my living room, and I realized this is not going to work. I have to, clean the house, clean toilets, and then, then you've got to ease the client out of your house, and that takes time. So I changed from working from home to having a therapy space. So when you're first starting out, I would recommend that you have an ad hoc space. So what does ad hoc mean? Ad hoc means book as and when you need. So I'm based in London, and whatever country you're listening in from, there are many places around the world that offer these kind of centers. So it could be like a therapy center where they have acupuncture, they may have coaching in there, they may have meditation classes, they may have Ayurvedic medicine, basically where therapists reside. So I was working out of the Light Centre in London. Now, I don't think the Light Centre does ad hoc anymore, but there are places in London that do ad hoc, so you're booking as and when. Sometimes you can just book an hour slot, sometimes it's a 2-hour slot, which means you're not paying for a room that you don't use. So when you do get a client, say, okay, let me get back to you with my availability, and you phone up the centre and say, hey, what times do you have available? Then you call your client back and you say, these are the times I can do, which time works for you? They confirm that slot. You call the centre back and you say, I'd like to book the room from 1 till 2 on a Saturday. And then you get your booking, and obviously you pay the centre. Ideally, you want to book clients back to back. So if you're managing your own calendar, you want to book them back to back, so that you're not having to do one client here, one client there. So in person is one way you could do the sessions. Another way you could do them is online. So I've shifted to an online model now, simply because I've got 2 children. I've got a very busy healing centre with lots of classes, and it's just not feasible for me to travel into London anymore. I live in Surrey, surrounded by greenery and birds and cows and sheep, so it's not practical for me to travel in. And actually with Theta Healing, it works just as well in person as it does online. So one way you could work is via Skype. So I've got lots of students who work via Skype. So basically you have a laptop business, so you can do healings anywhere in the world. So the benefit of this is you don't have to hire a healing center. So I'm getting lots of hearts, a few tears. Okay, so this is why I would recommend working online. So you don't have to pay for a healing center. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is you don't have to travel. Okay, you're not having to travel across town to get somewhere. And it just means that you can literally do sessions back to back, because there's no kind of like getting the client out of the therapy room, collecting money, all of that takes time. So what I have is an online booking system. So this is something when I implemented, literally grew my business overnight. It just made the whole thing so much simpler, so much easier. So instead of making calls, somebody, inquiring when is your availability, let me get back to you. You check your calendar, you check the center, you phone them back, they're not available. There's to and fro, which can take a lot of time. If you have an online calendar, so I use Acuity Scheduling. That's one. I think there's Candly. There's quite a few. Bookfresh. I think they've changed names now. There's quite a few of them. Some of them allow you to do like a free trial where you can have like up to 10 sessions a month for free. So they don't necessarily charge you from the get-go. And I think a lot of them are about $19 or £19 a month, which is basically hardly anything. This will save you time, it'll save you money and grow your business. So I'll suggest you have like a little mini website, and you can upload the little widget to your website. If you don't know how to do that, you can get a web developer to do that for you. And they can have insert an online calendar, and you just log in and you put in your availability. So I would say restrict your availability. Don't be available all the time. Have maybe 1, 2, or 3 days that you do sessions in certain slots. So for example, you may have Tuesdays between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. So you could have 2 sessions in that time. You could have then a Thursday, again from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And then again on a Saturday tends to be quite a busy time because that's when most people are off work. You could do, for example, a 9 a.m. till 1 p.m. slot. Okay, so then you're literally bundling or batching your clients to certain sections of your calendar rather than being constantly available, because it takes time to prepare yourself for a session, to get into the energy, to begin working with somebody. And so yeah, having an online calendar is going to transform your business, and it just makes it really easy so people can see your availability, they can see your price, and they can book themselves in. So majority of the time, people just book themselves into my calendar. The money is already collected in advance. Now, this is an important topic I do want to cover. So in the past, I would collect money on the session, and here's what happened. About 75% of people would honor the appointment, would show up on time, and they would pay. Sometimes I would get a percentage of people that would show up late and want a discount. Okay, so I'm sitting there for that 90-minute session, they're 45 minutes late. I'm still expecting to be paid for my 90 minutes, but because they arrive late, they're then haggling, well, I'm late, I've got less of a healing, less of a treatment, can I, get a bit of less money? They've put me in a position because I've done the service. I've done the healing, and now they're asking for a discount. And obviously I want to maintain a relationship with that client. I want them to return, so they've kind of put me on the spot, right? And so in the early days, I was kind of amenable and say, okay, all right, I'll let you off this time. But actually I was losing money. And then there would be clients that would not even show up. So I've paid for the room, I've traveled up to London, and they didn't show up. And then when I phone up to collect the money, they're like, well, no, and they hang up on the phone. So how do you think that made me feel that, I invested that time and money and the client didn't show up? It felt awful. I felt worthless. I didn't feel valued. I felt resentful, and I had no power over that client to get my money. They would stop answering phone calls. They would ignore the PayPal invoices. And it was really offensive. And in that moment, after a few of those clients, I made the decision, enough is enough. I value my time enough that if they book pre-advance, they need to be committed. So when I ask my clients to pay in advance for the session, for the appointment, I know they're committed. Okay, so I have a cancellation policy. So there's no cancellation within 48 hours unless there's a death. Okay, if you're, unfortunately, if your dog is, at the vet, I'm sorry, I'm still at the appointment. If there's a human death in the family, that's the exception. Otherwise, there's no refunds, because I'm there at the center, or I've made the time in my busy calendar to be there for the session. And if you don't show up, that you still need to pay for that session. So I've collected the money in advance. So what's happened then is I attract much better clients. I attract clients who are willing to pay the first start. Second thing, clients who are accountable, that they know that they've put money down and they want it to work. Okay, and then they're committed. So they make a much better client rather than, let's see if the healing works, and maybe not, I'll show up to the appointment because it's raining today and I can't bother getting my ass, across town onto a train. So I get much better clients. So that's where I would recommend. So now, initially, when I changed it from pay at the appointment to pay in advance, initially I saw a little drop in my appointment numbers. And then I worked on my beliefs, I worked on my mindset, my fear around losing clients, ostracizing clients. I worked on my beliefs to change my energy, and all of a sudden, my clients went back up again to what it was normally, and I actually got a much higher standard of client, a much better client who was much more accountable. Because I know if you've been working with clients, some clients, they think they can pay you money and you fix their problems, make their problems, but go away. But the reality of the wellness industry and the coaching industry is that we work with our clients, we collaborate, and the healing or the coaching comes together. We both hold each other accountable. That I show up to be my very best, but then you as a client need to be responsible and follow through with the action, right? So this is where we work together. So this is about managing client expectations. Okay, so the first way you can get started if you've got no clients whatsoever is start telling people what you do. So here today, I'm doing a Facebook Live, okay, and I think the first Facebook Live I did, which was about a month ago, I had some apprehension to doing them because obviously you're live, and sometimes I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth because I'm ad-libbing. There's no script. Okay, I have a guideline, but I have no script. I was a bit nervous, and things like, is the room looking good? Is my hair okay? Right, the whole live thing. I was a bit nervous. Then I got over myself. Okay, I needed to tell my ego to shut up so I can get on with the work. My first Facebook Live had over 6,000 views, and I was like, oh my God, 6,000 people. Some I know, most I don't. found out about me and what I do. So it's a great way to launch yourself very quickly and easily. So one of the quickest ways is to get on Facebook Live. Tell people that you're going to be doing a Facebook Live to your Facebook friends and letting them know what you do. So you can have like a little script or a guideline saying step 1, introduce yourself, okay, and tell people what it is that you do. Step 2, you want to acknowledge the people who are watching the replay, thanking them as well, so that if they're participating, they can still benefit. Okay, step 3, tell them what you're going to teach them. So why should they listen to you for half an hour, an hour, 15 minutes? What's in it for them to listen to you yapping for that time, okay? And then telling a story, engaging them through your personal experience, because people are paying you not just for your service, but your personal experience. Everything that you've been through in your life gives you a sense of experience and expertise that what you've been through can be of value to other people. I've made many mistakes, and when I share my mistakes and my learnings, then I save you making a mistake, okay? So I would recommend not to see clients at home, okay? First of all, I'm a woman, so I don't want strangers coming to my house because I can put myself in danger. Next thing is you're dealing with vulnerable people, and so sometimes they may not want to leave your house. They're like, they're blubbering and so forth, and they're really upset, and they want to stay because you're so lovely. You listen to their problems. Your home is cozy. So it's a level of professionalism, and also, unless you've got a huge big billboard outside your house that says coaching here, therapies here, your clients aren't going to find you. You can't be found inside your house. So if you're in a therapy space, most therapy spaces will allow you to have a leaflet up there, or some kind of business card that says, Anna Kidney, Master Energy Healer, business coach, can help with anxiety, depression, abuse, life purpose, so you can start to list the services that you offer. And so when your potential clients are coming through that center and they've had a massage, or they've had Ayurvedic treatment, or they've come to a yoga class, they see your leaflet and go, oh, she helps with anxiety. I really need that. Let me pick up this information, see what this person does. Oh, Theta Healing, I've not heard of that. How does that work? And so then on your leaflet it says, call now to find out more. So the person gets on the phone, has a chat with you. What is Theta Healing? How does it work? I hear that it can help with anxiety. And you have your first client simply through free advertising in the center. So this is one of the main reasons you want to be in a center. Plus, you have like collaboration with other therapists. So when I was working at the Light Center, they had these evening nights where they would invite their entire database to try taster sessions. I got to know some of the other therapists. We referred clients to each other. So sometimes I need to send my clients to a nutritionist because I'm not licensed nutritionist. Although I know a lot about nutrition, I'm not licensed. So I'd say, I feel like you need to work with a nutritionist to get, your diet sorted. And so I'll refer, or to a Ayurvedic practitioner, or I might say, I feel like you need some yoga classes to strengthen your core as part of the work we're doing on releasing weight or getting body confidence and so forth. So I would refer. So then those practitioners can refer clients to you to help. If you're a Theta Healer, you could help clients with complementary therapies for, cancer, diabetes, depression, anxiety, phobias. The healing's great for phobias, releasing stress, life purpose. The sky is the limit. So it's a good opportunity to cross-refer. So you're not competing, you're collaborating, and that's where business grows. Okay, so yeah, Facebook Lives are a great way to instantly put yourself in front of people, and at the end of your exercise or your tool or your story, and in that story you teach them something. So today I'm teaching you how to create goals and take practical action. Okay, so you're going to take away something at the end of this Facebook Live, and at the end I will create a call to action. It might say, come on in and download your Pocket Mentor to find out how you can take this further, or come and join me on the Theta Basic course, which I'm teaching this weekend. So I'm inviting people to something I have on offer. So if you're a therapist or a practitioner, you can invite them to make a call with you to find out more about what you do, or you can invite them to your website for a free opt-in. And the free opt-in could be a guided meditation that you record, or maybe a series of videos that you record, something that allows you to capture their email so you can continue to market to them. Okay. All right. So, okay. So, the Pocket Mentor, you can download it after this call. I'm going to briefly talk you through this. This is a really powerful tool that was shown to me by my mentor, John Canary. Incredibly, incredibly powerful. So here's what you want to do. You want to get a piece of paper and a pen, okay? And if you haven't, you can just make a mental note as we go along. I'm back on my juice fast, guys. I was in the US and I overindulged. Oh, they're so good, so good. Okay, so the first part is the role in which you play in your life. So let's start with your business. So if you haven't got a business yet, don't worry. If you've been certified and accredited of a particular technique or modality, then you can put yourself as healer, therapist, Reiki master, life coach, career coach, relationship counselor. Put the kind of like the job title or the role that you play. So we'll start with that. The next thing is creating some goals for that business. So do you want to get more clients? You want to be specific. How many clients? So the way it works is you have like these columns. So on a piece of paper, you're going to put down columns: role, goals, why it's important, and action to take. Okay, and you're going to put lines down the pieces of paper. Okay, and the first category is your goals. So your role, and the role would be, business owner or life coach or business coach or healer or therapist or psychic or medium, whatever your job title is. That's the first category. Okay, then moving over to the goals. What are some of the goals that you would like to create? And these goals, they want to be, I guess, 30-day goals. If you make it too big, it becomes overwhelming. So I would break it down into bite-sized chunk, so like a 30-day goal. So your goal for the month, okay? Then it makes it very achievable, very doable, very realistic, okay? And then you can, and as you're starting to progress with your goals, you're going to start to build your confidence, okay? But if you go to a really huge goal, like I want to be an international speaker, best-selling author, it's just so big that it may take you a year, 2 years, 5 years to achieve, that you just become overwhelmed and you won't take any action because it's too huge. Now, I'm not saying that can't be your big vision, because there's a difference between having a vision and a goal. What we're talking about is having, a goal for your business, like little steps to move forward. Okay, so is your goal to have maybe, 5 clients a month or 10 clients a month or 20 clients a month? So if you've got no clients at the moment, you could put down 5 clients a month. That's kind of realistic. That's doable. I believe that you can do that. Okay, so with the right kind of, I guess, coaching and tools, you can definitely have at least 5 new clients this month. So that could be where you start from. If you're already, in your practice and you already have clients, would you like to double that, triple that this month? Okay, one of your goals, for example, could be starting your e-newsletter. So maybe if you've got a mailing list, maybe in MailChimp or Constant Contact, you can start to, send maybe a regular weekly newsletter. That gives people information. Okay, a goal could also be a money goal. So what kind of turnover would you like to have in your business? How much money would you like to be bringing in each month from your business? So if you are a full-time employee and your therapy, coaching, healing is on the side, you want to have a look at, well, how many hours have I got to work on my healing coaching practice? So it could be evenings and weekends. So that's just as a total of 8 hours a week. What is realistic and achievable for you in those 8 hours? How many clients could you see? How much time are you, spending time on business building, marketing, social media and so forth? You want to make it realistic. So you could say, this month I want to make an extra £200 or $300, this month, or $500. Put a goal. And then the moment you put a goal down on paper, it gives your mind something to focus on. Rather than saying, oh, I want to make more money in my business. Your subconscious doesn't understand the concept of more money. It's too broad, it's too vague. You want to narrow it down to a figure that is measurable, okay? So you could start with 50, 100, 200, something that feels a little bit out of your comfort zone, but is not in your freak out zone where you go, oh my God, I don't know how I'm going to make this £2,000 this month with a full-time job. I'm going to have to be doing sessions every single night, working all weekend. It's going to be a stress. And if it's a huge stress, you won't take action. So you want to make it sort of a smallish, realistic, a little bit outside your comfort. So it's a bit of a push. So for example, if at the moment you're making, say, 100, 200 pounds or dollars in your business, and so I want to make 250, it's not much of a stretch. Yeah, it's only an extra 50 pounds. So I would say maybe let's see if we can double it. Let's see it go to from 200 to 400. How would that feel if this month you made an extra $400 or pounds from your business? Okay, so those are some examples of goals. So I want you to sort of jot some of these goals down that you would like to have, and I'd love to hear what some of your goals are. So if you post that into the chat and let me know. Okay. Okay, so I'm just reading all your comments here. Struggling with clients, quantity very low. Yeah, I think we need to work a little bit on your mindset about getting clients. So let me ask you guys, how many of you are in the healing wellness industry? Just let me know. Healing wellness. Because one of the common beliefs in healing and wellness is it's wrong to charge money for healing. I'm going to do a separate video on that and an energy clearing, because this is a real bugbear with me, because doctors, dentists, psychologists, they charge money, right? So they actually come under the category of healing and therapy. Okay, but because it's under the medical umbrella, we assume it's okay. The moment we get into Reiki, pranic healing, access consciousness, theta healing, the energy healing techniques, chakra healing, there's so many. It's sort of like, oh, no, it's wrong to charge. It's a gift from God and it must be free because God does the healing, right? So this is where spiritual people get on their high horse and they make themselves, I'm spiritual, and they make money bad, wrong, or dirty, right? That's like it's actually coming from ego, that you think you are above money. But here's the reality. We live in a Western world and your rent is due. You need to pay for your groceries. Okay, you need to get onto that train or tube so you can get to that therapy space, so you can do your healings. You have to pay for that therapy room. You have to pay for your website, your business cards, okay, Facebook ads if you're doing this. All these things cost money, right? That is a business, okay? So the healers, therapists, you have a business. You've got to start shifting your mindset from treating it like a hobby, a very expensive one, which is costing you money, to a business where you're exchanging services. Now, as I mentioned earlier, when you're doing healing, it's a collaboration. You as a therapist or a coach, you're using your guidance from the divine energy to facilitate a process. Okay, it may be a conversation, it may be energy, hands-on work. But your client still needs to accept and receive the healing. They need to follow through with action, and that's their responsibility. So I never make myself responsible for a client's results, okay? It's between them and the universe, them and the creator, them and God, universal intelligence, whatever you call it. It's between them and the creator. I just create a process and a space to allow a healing to occur or a transformation to occur, but it's up to the client where they receive it. So I've been doing this work for over 10 years, and when I make myself responsible for my clients' healings or issues, it actually causes me pain, it causes me discomfort. I suffered, I had a limit on how many clients I could do. The moment I changed my mindset about being responsible for my clients and handed the power back to them, let me repeat that. I handed the power back to the client. I'm not responsible for their issue, their problems. I handed the power back. I used my process. I said, it's up to you. We can work together, but it's up to you. The moment that shifted, I got much better results with my clients, and also my strength, my energy, my vitality grows. So I'm full of energy after I've done a session. I'm not wiped out or tired. I'm full of energy. And we've actually both learned. Each client is an opportunity to heal yourself and to learn and grow as well. So this is why I love this job. You get paid to heal yourself and help your client. It's amazing, amazing. All right. So, okay. So Stiliana's saying, I have 5 hours a week and I want 200. Okay. How does that feel? Does that feel comfortable? That definitely feels more than realistic, Okay, so now we're working down to figures. So if you're doing 5 hours a week, so let's set that down, five hours a week, and you want $200, okay, so 200 pounds. Okay, so you want to get clear on what your hourly session is if you're on the hourly model. And for a lot of people, that's where they start, on an hourly model. So if you're still learning, that may be comfortable for you. But if you coach with me, I'll progress you into more of a package model, which is more sustained growth and transformation for a client rather than firefighting. But the easiest way to get a client is just the hourly model. It's the fastest way to get basically instant money in your business. So you want to have a look at what is your hourly rate that you feel comfortable with and you believe in. So I'm going to, guys, teach you muscle testing in a moment so you can identify what is comfortable rate for you. Okay, Viola saying a healing business, increase weekly clients to 15 to grow your income. Okay, that feels really good, really good. Well done, well done. Okay, Viola saying increase visibility and get over that fear. Okay, so here's the thing. Sometimes you need to put yourself out of your comfort zone, put yourself on a Facebook Live, put your face on Instagram, share your stories, and what that will do, it will trigger your stuff about visibility and give you an opportunity to motivate you to then heal those issues. So I have coaches, I have mentors, I have healers that I work with. So I have a team that helps me, so I don't do everything on my own. Okay, so you want support. And for you that may be reaching out to your fellow healers and therapists to work on your belief systems to do with visibility. Why are you scared to be visible? So I'll give you an example why you might be scared to be visible. So back in the days, okay, we're talking like sort of 1600s and so forth, if a woman was using her intuition or using herbs, she was automatically branded a witch. And so you may have had past lives where you were killed, beheaded, burnt at the stake for being called a witch, simply because you had intuition, or you used herbs to heal, or if you had a mole or birthmark above your neck. So I've got mine. Can you see? Okay, so back in the day, they would have beheaded me, right? So that's a common fear that needs to be cleared. So this is something we work on our classes, on basic and advanced classes, to clear your fears of being visible for fear of prosecution, fear of being killed, fear of being judged, what will people say, fear of losing friends, fear of others thinking that you're crazy or woo-woo. And, to be honest with you, what that will do, it will start to separate the people who you're not meant to serve versus the people that you are meant to serve. The moment I acknowledge, here's who I am, I'm an energy healer, I'm a therapist, I'm a coach. The moment I declared that, the people that didn't resonate gravitated away, and I attracted all my promised people, or my tribe of people go, oh, yes, please, I love energy healing. So yesterday I had a client, she's a recurring client of mine, and she had she had studied in university as a doctor. She then changed her qualifications from being a doctor to being a lawyer in the medical profession. So here's someone who's incredibly intelligent, okay, very left-brained, logical reasoning, who probably knows more about human anatomy than me. But she was open and willing to have sessions with me to help heal some of her issues, so that she could, heal herself and grow. And so she's interested in coming to my Feeling Basic course to learn how energy healing can be used as a complementary treatment to the medical establishment, which I totally love, because we've got doctors and surgeons actually in Japan. They established a hospital that uses traditional medical tests and operations along with energy work to help a client to recover and heal, which I totally love. Yeah, so you want to look at your belief systems about visibility by doing healing swaps with your fellow practitioners. Okay, Kristen is saying, I have a blog, I want more followers. Okay, so how are you getting people into your website, to your blog? How are you directing people? Are people sharing the content? Are you writing the content from a place of trying to sell, or you're writing content from the mindset of your client? So this is a common mistake. So bless my mum, she has a blog, and I've told her many times, so she's listening. I'm sorry, mum. So my mum is very intelligent. She's an amazing holistic therapist in Australia. She has a practice out there. She has a lot of knowledge. She has a lot of training. So when she writes her blog, she actually writes a lot of scientific terms, and she writes from the perspective of a therapist or practitioner. And for a client reading that blog, there's such big words. I said to my mum, I said, Mum, I'm a healer and a therapist. I don't even know what that means. The words are too big. You need to put it in layman terms and from the angle of your client or your potential patient. So you're going to put yourself in the shoes of your potential clients. What do they need, rather than what you need from your clients? Yeah. Okay, you get that? Okay, so when you're looking at your blog, are you writing from the perspective of what your clients want? Are they interested? You know, if you're sharing your blog on Facebook, you know, are you getting interactivity? Are people saying yes, commenting back, going, oh yeah, I agree, or I disagree, or you know, can you write your next blog about this content because I really loved about that? So you want to look at your interactivity. Are actually people interested in what you're writing? And maybe a repositioning of shifting the content to what people are interested in rather than from what you want to sell them. Okay, so it's a different mindset. Okay, all right. So Steliana's saying not exactly comfortable but scary. Okay, good. That's perfect. That's kind of where you want to be at. You want to be kind of in your stretch zone. Okay, so Brittany's saying I want 2 clients for my $2,500 program. Okay, amazing. Okay, so okay, let me just tune in, Brittany. Okay, so as I'm tuning into you, darling, you've got some fears around your ability to get the results for your clients. Like you've been taught this model to charge this amount for maybe it's 3 months or 6 months, but somewhere like it's like you're doubting that you can actually deliver the results. So you want to have a look at your mindset around you feeling accountable for your clients' actions. So you can, in your sales page, you want to have a look at in terms of your copy, are you promising results, or are you really stressing that it's the client's responsibility? Here's what's possible in the program for you. Here's what we're going to work on in our 3 month or 6 month. We're going to work on branding. We're going to work on messaging. We're going to work on your visibility. We're going to work on your copy that sells. You know, what are they going to be getting for that program so that you feel that you are comfortable in actually delivering the tangible results, but really stressing the importance that your client is responsible for their results, okay? So you just want to look at your mindset about where you feel you are over-promising, making yourself responsible for your clients. Once you've made that shift, you're going to be off, Brittany. You're just going to be off, because I'm just being shown, you know, you're gifted, you're talented, you're ambitious, you're excited about your business, but there's a bit of fear around, like, oh, what if they don't get the results? Okay, that's between, you know, that's for them. You've got a proven method or system that you follow through, and if they follow through with the steps and process, they're going to get that result. Okay, so, and what will happen is you'll attract a different type of client who'll go, yep, no problem, I'm putting my money down because this is what I'm going to get in my package. This is, if I follow the steps, this is what I'm going to get. So if you follow the formula, you're going to get the result. Okay, if you don't follow through the action, then that's not your fault as a coach. Obviously, they need to be held accountable. So yeah, a good coach will get you into action. Okay, so your job is to get them into action. Okay, yeah, and also believing in the potential of your clients. You need to believe that they can do it. So I want you to get really clear on the type of client you would like, not just any client. What client would you love to work with that you know is going to get that result? So be really clear about someone who fits your program, rather than trying to grab any person that will pay you $2,500. Yeah? Okay. Oh, okay, Brittany's saying I was attacked on stage in a past life. Fear of people attacking me, not safe to shine. Yeah, Brittany, I'm also tuning to something as a child. There's some bullying you experienced in school. I see like a bigger girl. There was some jealousy. I don't know whether it was something you had packed in your lunchbox or maybe the way you dressed, but she had some jealousy over you. And so she bullied you, and so you're fearing of being attacked, being small and being attacked. So yeah, I definitely need to do a clearing on that, guys. It's not what's going to be covered today, but I'm going to be working on energy clearing to clear your fears of visibility. So I'll schedule that in, visibility and past life stuff. Yeah, that's important. Yeah, to get you guys more visible. Hello, Nicole. Hello, my lovely. So Nicole is a student of mine. She's traveled all the way from literally the middle of America to learn with me. And I actually said to her, I said, you know, like, there are fair healers in your country, and Rhonda Stubb, which is up the road from you, she's like, I want to learn from you. And I'll never forget that. I just felt so honored that people travel from all over the world to learn with me. So I love you to bits, Nicole. And you're a phenomenal healer, by the way. Phenomenal. I've been seeing your branding, your Facebook posts. You're doing awesome and awesome. So congratulations on your business. Okay. Eleanor's saying, I have lots of ancestors who are doctors, and that's where you have a lot of beliefs. Okay, I am working right now and have to use my power intuition without losing loyalty. Okay, let me just tune into that. Yeah, what if you can combine both? What if you could combine both? Because, in Theta Healing, we're not anti-doctor. We work with doctors, we work with surgeons. We work with chemotherapy and medicine, but we help clients to be able to change their mindset so that they can tap into the body's own ability to heal itself, so they can need less medication or reduce their medication, which we would tell them to go speak to the doctor about that, looking at reducing their medication. But we don't tell clients to stop their medication. So what if you could work with doctors and with medicine together? And to be honest with you, doctors are intuitive. They kind of intuitively know what kind of tests need to be done as well. But obviously they're not calling it intuition or psychic ability. So what if you could combine both and have respect for both? But there's a mindset shift that you need to make, that you can be loyal to your intuition, and still be available to consider medicine as well. Brittany, yes, I'm psychic, yeah. This is what I teach in my classes. So the Thieving courses, they teach you how to become a psychic, basically, yeah. I use your psychic ability to connect to the creator, to receive information, to do healings, to change beliefs instantly. There's so much more that we cover in our classes. So yeah, everyone actually is psychic. I've just used my psychic muscles, okay, every day. So they've gotten pretty strong. It's like with anything, the more you practice, the better you get. Yeah, so yeah, it makes decisions so much easier. We can just get psychic information. I do future readings on my business. This is how I plan my business. I'll talk about that on another call, how you can future pace your business with psychic ability. That's a really cool one. Let me write that down as well. Future business. Oh, I've got so many cool ideas for future calls. I've got so much to share. Okay. Okay, so Eva saying, I have my business, but have a fear of new people. Okay, so this may be to do with feeling like socially uncomfortable. So when you first meet a new client, it's about establishing rapport. And this is something I teach in my classes. So step one, when the client comes into your therapy space or you get them online on your Skype call, is establishing rapport. Before you dive in and say, what's your problem? You need to establish rapport. And so I was born in Poland in communist times. And so, as you know, Polish people or Eastern Bloc people tend to be quite direct, yeah? And I had to learn to kind of soften that, because it can come across as being aggressive. Now, my intention is not to be aggressive. It's just, I love you, I want to help you, and I want to help you as fast as possible, so I'm going to be direct. So I've had to learn to be a bit more flowery in my language, more fluffy, a bit softer. So if I was in a therapy space, I would welcome my client in. I would use my hand and say, please take a seat, to tell them which seat they would need to sit in. So which is practitioner seat, which is client seat. Would you like a glass of water? Particularly if they've just gotten off the tube and they've rushed in and all puffing, you want to offer them a glass of water so they're nice and calm. How are you? Have you heard about Theta Healing before? Do you have any questions before we start? All that sort of warming up type stuff, yeah? Smile, okay, with eyes as well, smiling, okay? And the moment you smile, it's actually contagious. When you smile, okay, the other person starts to smile, okay, with eyes, important, smiling with eyes. Open body language, so not arms crossed, legs crossed, or pen to paper, like writing notes, because this is very intimidating. You're not a psychologist, unless you are a psychologist. This is intimidating. The moment you start taking notes, the client's like, what are they documenting? What am I, where are these notes going to go? Who's going to read them? So, note paper away. You're fully present, open body language. You should be able to read the comfortable distance between you and a client. Don't sit too close, don't sit too far. And most people can gauge the distance you need to be sitting from your client. Okay, now if you're on Skype, obviously it's a slightly different process because you haven't got the physical dimension, but still, hi, how are you? Welcome. Do you have any questions before we start? How did you find out about me? Do you have any, do you have any questions? And then you say, okay, so, we have an hour today. How can I help you today? What's your challenge? I don't tend to say problem. I say, what's your challenge? Yeah. And if they go, oh my God, this has happened, this has happened, this has happened, this is this, I go, and I very calmly say, out of all of those challenges, what's one thing you'd like to work on today? Okay. What's one thing you'd like to work on today? So can you hear my tone? I'm using kind of bedside manner. So if I calm down with my voice, they calm down. Okay, they calm down. Okay, so then they go, okay, out of all my issues, this is the most immediate one. So you start with that. you start with that. So you coach them or heal them on that issue. It may be the other issues get resolved in that session, but you're starting with one issue that becomes realistic and manageable in that time that you have available, whether it's 45 minutes, an hour, 90 minutes, and so forth. And you've got like an achievable goal. If you try and heal someone's life an entire session because they're overwhelmed, you get overwhelmed, you're going to like do like top level healing, and you're going to leave them in a healing crisis. So don't do that. Yeah. Okay. So let's move on. Okay, so Justina said, I'd like 2 clients a month for my self-discovery coaching program, Fear of Visibility. Okay, so this is definitely to do an energy clearing on that. Okay, Henriette's saying 3 to 4 clients every day. Okay, so 3 to 4 clients every day. We're talking Monday to Friday. Okay, so let me, I'm not going to talk you out of that, Henriette, but here's what happened. So when I was doing my therapy space at the Light Center, I had Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8 a.m. till 2 p.m. and I was doing sessions back to back, and I was getting burnt out. So I was doing sessions back to back. Then on my days that I wasn't in the center, I was doing healings at home. So I was doing evening sessions back to back. So I had an 8 till 10:30. Then I had, during the days, I would have like a 10 till 2, and then there'd be school run. I literally got exhausted and wiped out. So 3 to 4 clients every single day may be a little bit overwhelming for you, because obviously what you want to do in your business is you want to batch your business. So for example, it could be Tuesdays and Thursdays, maybe you do 4 clients here, 4 clients here, and then on Wednesdays you're doing business building. So for example, writing your blog post, scheduling your Instagram, maybe you're doing a Facebook Live, planning your schedule for your calendar if you're going to do any live events, like if you're going to do any speaking events, being invited to other people's stages, all those business building ideas, you need time for that as well. And if you're doing 3 to 4 clients, you've got to get in your zone every day for those 3 to 4 clients, and then it's like you've done your clients, and then you've got to switch energy to marketing, sales, admin. So you want to have almost like an energy batch per day. So for example, Monday is my admin day. Monday I get all the nitty-gritty out of the way. So Mondays is when I pay all my invoices. I'm usually grumpy on a Monday. I pay all my invoices, so money's leaving my business. Okay, I'm scheduling team meetings on Monday, so I'm having lots of phone calls with my team. So my sales funnel manager, my events coordinator, my business development person. I have meetings with my coaches and so forth. So I've got a lot of calls and a lot of admin, running around. It could be cleaning up my office, sorting out my email, answering sort of things. That's like that kind of day. I get it out of the way rather than leaving it to the end of the week and dragging it and delaying it, which makes it doesn't make me feel good for the whole week. Right, so then it's out of the way. Then Tuesdays is my healing day generally. So I do see clients on Tuesdays on Skype. So I have my slot. So I usually start about 10, go through 2, and there may be a lunch break in between. Then my session days, and then 3 o'clock I've got school run. I've got kids' homework and so forth. Evening I might do a little bit of work as well. So I might do some of my creative visualization for my business. So I might do some of my branding. I might do some my design as well, because I do my design for my business. So that's when I tend to be very creative at night. So it's about recognizing where you're at in your energy to know where you want to batch your activities so that you're not jumping around, because you actually are less productive. So Henriette, you want to have a look at maybe instead of every day, just have maybe 2 or 3 client days. So leave your other days for business building. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Fear of not enough time and energy. Okay. So Celiana, that's kind of like the surface level excuse. On a deeper level, we make the excuse of not enough time and energy to do healings or sessions, but the deeper level is this fear of actually getting clients and fear of being responsible for a client's healings. So if you fill up your life and not have enough time, you never get started, then you avoid being responsible for your clients. So you want to have a look at your mindset about making yourself responsible for a client's healings. Okay. So Tyann saying, when you get too anxious to sort your client's challenge. Okay, this is where you shift your mindset, Tyann. I'm not sure I pronounced it correctly. So When a client gets anxious because they've got so many issues, it's really important to hold your space. And this is a skill that you need to master as a coach or a therapist, is to hold your space. Don't get caught up in the drama and the story of your client's problems, okay? From an energetic standpoint, it's just an illusion. We create drama as a form of distraction. Now, it may feel very, very real. The clients, they've got a disease, or, they've just gone through a divorce, they've lost all their money. It may seem like a very real thing, but on an energetic level, it's a distraction. It keeps them like entertained, that they're filling up this drama and trauma to stop them doing from what they're supposed to be doing, which is their purpose, their mission, their vision, what they're here on this planet to do. So it keeps their vibration low. So because they're scared to do this big, great thing. So that's the reality of what happens when we create drama. So don't get caught up in the story. Obviously, listen and acknowledge and be respectful, but say, okay, calmly, out of all of those issues, what's one thing you'd like to work on today? What's a priority for you? Those are really powerful coaching questions that really hone a client in and say, okay, this is what I'd like to work on, because then it becomes a doable solution for them in that time that you have available with them. Okay, that's where you need to take charge, be firm with your client, not allow your client to take control of the session. Can you just change this? Can you just change that? Can you download with this? Can you download with that? Because sometimes, particularly when I've got clients who are healers, they try and control the session because they know what they need. And so they try to control and say, actually, if you would just allow me to work on this issue, we can come back to this issue maybe later in the session if we have time, or in a future session. So you're managing expectations, because sometimes a client will try and get as much from you in that hour session, because they're obviously paying you money, and for them it may be a lot of money, but you do a disservice. You do a disservice if you try and heal everything in one session. If you can have one breakthrough in one session, you've done a fantastic job for a client, a fantastic job. Then the client starts to feel better and relax. And what often happens is like a ripple effect that happens across other areas of their life. And that's when huge transformation happens. You heal one area, you coach one area, it has a ripple effect on everything else in their life. So essentially, you'll actually be able to help them in that one session, one appointment with other areas, just by addressing one area. Okay, right. So I'm going to come back to the Pocket Mentor. So we've written down some goals. Okay, they should be in your stretch zone. The next column is, why is it important? This is one of the most crucial and most important parts of the Pocket Mentor. Why is it important? So sometimes we make goals to impress our friends. Sometimes we make goals because other people are earning X amount. They're earning $2,000 or $5,000. So we want to earn $5,000. We put down, we know we'll achieve $5,000. But actually, are you connected to that figure? Why is that really important for you to earn 500, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000? Why is that important to you? So if you're wanting to grow your healing coaching business, why do you want 5 clients a week or 10 clients a week? Why is that important to you? So for example, it could be if you have 5 clients a week, you've got your business started, so that's going to boost your confidence. It's important so that you can start to build your healing coaching practice, so you can transition from your day job, which you may not like, to your coaching healing business, which you totally love. That's why it's important, because you're wanting to leave this job that you hate, and horrible boss, or the terrible colleague, or being underpaid, or being underworked, underappreciated, not using your gifts and talents. That's why it's important, because you're wanting to transition from the day job into your own business. Maybe you want to transition from being an employee to being self-employed, where you get to control your hours. I am the boss of my business. If I want to have a day off, the boss gives me a day off, okay? If I want to have a holiday, okay, I can use my business to pay for that holiday, okay? There's ways around that, okay? So you can have, you can do coaching sessions or healing sessions wherever you're traveling to, and your flights can be claimable tax deduction, okay? There's legal ways to do this, yeah? So my business funds my lifestyle, essentially. Okay, if I buy motivational books, so as you can see my library behind me, I have a lot of inspirational books. My business paid for that. It didn't come from my personal account, it came from my business account. All of that is growing me and developing me as a business owner, so I learn lots of different skills. And when I learn more, I become a better coach, a better healer, a better businesswoman. Claimable tax deduction. If I buy magazines, claimable tax deduction. Okay, if I'm having a business meeting, business lunch, and one of my favorite hotels in London is the Rosewood. claimable tax deduction. Okay, can you see how this might be a benefit? So then it can be a lifestyle choice where if you are the boss, that means that you can take 6 weeks off during the summer holidays to hang out with your kids instead of sticking them into a a holiday club. How amazing would that feel to spend more time with your kids and to be able to go on holiday for 6 weeks? Because most companies won't give you 6 weeks off work. I was in the US, and most people are terrified over there to take, even a week off for fear of losing their jobs. I think they get 2 weeks off work a year or something crazy. So no wonder they're all like sick and exhausted and medicated, to the hills, because they're all so stressed and overworked. So if you have your own business, why it's important is you get more time freedom. That may be important. So I just want you to jot down a few ideas of why is it important for you to have this goal of maybe 5 clients a week, 10 clients a week, yeah? All right? Okay, so next, the last column, the action. Why is it important? Why is it important for you to follow through with the action, and then the action you will take? So the action is literally something that you can do within sort of a week, 2 weeks, up to 3 weeks. Okay, if you make the action too big, like build a website, it's too big. Building a website realistically can take anything from 4 weeks to about 3 months, depending on what you're building, okay? If you're just starting out, okay, you can have a website built quite quickly. It can be sort of a very simple 1-page website. It can be a 3-page website, 5-page website. You can have websites built in WordPress for about £300 to £500. Okay, anything less than that, you may find the quality and standard is not that good. So, if someone's offering a website for $150 or pounds, you just know that you're going to get what you pay for, and it's going to damage your brand. So don't be afraid to spend a little bit of money on your business. Okay, so you can also trade, you can barter. So if you know of a friend who can build websites, say, hey, let me give you some coaching or healing in exchange for you building my website. It needs to feel mutually beneficial. Okay, so you can barter. If you have some skills, you can build the website yourself, but it may just know that it may take you longer. I had one of my students trying to build a website. I think it was taking her months and months and months because she had to learn how to use WordPress and install the plugins. She wasn't necessarily tech savvy. So if you do have some tech skills, by all means build yourself. Otherwise, just outsource. You can go to peopleperhour.com. peopleperhour.com, and you can find lots of web designers. You want to go for a fixed rate, fixed rather than per hour. Otherwise, what they'll do is they'll keep charging you per hour, and the budget will just escalate. So you say, look, my budget is $350 or £350. I tend to use designers based in the US, UK, Canada, and Australia. That's personally, I want someone who's English speaking. It's going to be a little bit more expensive than perhaps the Far East, but personally, I haven't had great success with people from the Far East. Language barrier, they're just not getting, what I mean. It just didn't go well for me. I have known people who have used people from, India and, Asia, of the Far East quite successfully, but I personally haven't had success with people from those countries. So it's up to you. But my advice is don't go cheap. Don't go cheap on building your website. $350 is usually you can get something decent for that amount. A professionally, beautifully designed web page can cost you up to $850, but that may be £850, £950. That may be too much for you when you start your business, particularly if you haven't got any clients. But you definitely want to have that online booking system. So an action could take, remember we want bite size. An action to take, for example, may be find a designer to build my website. Okay, and that's going to take you maybe a week to do, right? But it's doable, it's manageable, it's small. An action take could be, do my first Facebook Live this week. Okay, so you'll put up a post on Facebook, letting people know you're going to do a Facebook Live, this Thursday, 8 p.m. on this page, and you can post it on your, on your Instagram if you have it, on Twitter, or all your social media platforms, or message some of your friends, ask them to share, letting people know that, anyone who's interested, this is the topic I'm going to be covering on the Facebook ads. I'm going to be covering how to get clarity on your goals and follow through with practical action. So then they know what they're getting in the Facebook Live, yeah? So that could be a very practical thing, and you'll find that, you're talking on Facebook Live, and strangers will come up and they'll be listening to you, and they'll go, how do I work with you, in the messages? And you've got your first client. just from one Facebook Live, or maybe your second or third when they get to know you and they kind of get to hear you speak. And people buy from people they like. Okay, so be yourself. It doesn't have to be super professional. Obviously, I've done my hair, I've done my makeup, I've got my lovely orchid here, right? My mess is tidied up. It doesn't have to be super professional. Just be real and authentic, yeah? And tell your story, share your story. So we want little bite-sized actions. Another action to take, for example, could be, design some business cards. So in the UK, we have a company called moo.com. So I had mine done. I was traveling to the US. I haven't had business cards for a while. And unfortunately, in this world, you still need business cards. I had mine done. It was a ready-made template. I delivered it within 5 days. So this is something I quickly done. It's a ready-made template. So let me just show you. So I just typed in my details. You can see. Okay, so you can design it within the website itself, and it's got this lovely gold foil. Isn't that flashy? Shiny. So they also let you have different colors. So I had different color backgrounds. So this was a I think it's moo.com, MOO.com. So there's like a red one, a red background, but essentially the front is the same. It just feels very high-end. It's matte laminated. It feels nice. It's a nice thickness. So if you're not a designer, you can get something quickly made up and get some business cards. So you've got something to give to people. This is the way you build your business. Is starting to give people your business card, and then when they come to the website, they can either sign up for your newsletter. They can call you to find out more, or maybe they'll give that business card to a friend who needs your services. So you can get some done really, really quickly. So the moment you get a business card, you're telling the universe, I'm in business. Okay, I know it's pieces of paper, but energetically, you have a business. The moment you say, okay, I am a CEO, business and life coach, master 30-year healing instructor practitioner, it's like you're in business and it feels good. I remember the first time I got business cards, I felt so important to have a business card, right? And that's an energy that it gives you. You feel professional. Okay, so I got 50 cards for like £55, not expensive. I gave out a whole bunch when I was out in LA. I was networking with lots of entrepreneurs, 7-figure, 8-figure women. I was networking all the time, giving cards out. So wherever you are, be sure to give your cards out. Yeah. Okay. So was that useful? Okay, was that useful? I go more in depth into the Pocket Mentor on the link I provided. Okay, so if you go to that link either after this call or this evening, download the PDF. Okay, you can start to complete it. You may need to take some time and start to identify different roles in your life. For example, other roles I play, I'm a mother, so I've got goals as a mother. For example, my daughter's now in private school. There's a lot more homework and it's harder. She's doing fractions and 24-hour clock and times tables and things like that. So obviously it's much more advanced maths than what she was doing in the state system. So I want to spend more time helping her with the homework. She's a bit stressed out with homework every day. So that's one of my goals, is to be, more available for her to help her with the homework. Other goals may be to, bring more healthy foods in the house. So maybe, introducing, healthy breakfasts or healthier dinners and things like that. So that's some of the goals as a mother. Also, I have goals as a wife. My poor husband's been a bit neglected. I've been away for 2 weeks in the US. He needs some husband and wife time. So some of my goals might be to organize an exciting date night. And when I'm going to do that by, so an action step could be, book the hot yoga class, or take him to a sound bath or something, or take him to a nice dinner. There's a really lovely country club in Surrey. It's really, really posh. It's on like a golf course. So I want to have like a nice dinner with just him and I, not talking about the children. Okay, anything else but the children. So husband and wife time. So you get the idea of the kind of like roles you play and the kind of goals you want to have, and really small practical action steps. And here's what you'll do at the end. When you've done the action, you tick it off. Tick it off, tick it off. And how are you going to feel when you've ticked off the action? You're going to feel amazing. You're going to feel like you're making progression. You're going to feel like you're achieving, and it's going to motivate you to keep going. And those goals start to help you towards your big vision of your business. And maybe that's an international healing practice where you have clients from around the world. Maybe you've got a TED talk. Maybe you have a best-selling book with Hay House. That's when you start to put together those big dreams through little bite-sized goals. So I hope you enjoyed that. I had lots of fun sharing that with you. I will be on the Facebook chat after this call as well, so I'll be answering all your questions if I didn't get to you on the call today. So thank you for joining me. I'll be doing another Facebook Live tomorrow, and I'll be doing the energy clearing session for visibility. And tomorrow it will be at 8 p.m. Okay, on the 22nd of November at 8 p.m. I'll do another Facebook Live. I'll be clearing visibility, fear of charging money for your services, working on your money beliefs. This is a huge topic. Okay, so beliefs about that you can't hold on to money, you don't know how to spend money wisely, you're overspending, or maybe you have actually no money and you're living in survival mode. So I'll be doing some of that tomorrow on the Facebook Live. So hope you'll join me for that. Okay, and so obviously I'm going to do my offer now. Okay, so I've given you valuable content. Here's my offer. So I am doing the Feeling Basic course this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then the advanced course follows straight after, the Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So this is a powerful class where, yes, you'll learn how to become psychic. You'll learn how to do guardian angel readings, future readings, so you can use it in your business to look into the future of your business and see what decisions you need to make. I'll give you a taster of that tomorrow in the Facebook Live. You're going to learn how to change your beliefs. Okay, so beliefs about visibility, beliefs about self-worth, you know, your mummy daddy issues, stuff from past lives. We cover so much in the 3 days, and at the end you become certified and accredited, so you can use this technique to heal yourself and to help family and friends. And that's how I started. My first healing session, I think, was with my beautician who does my nails. And I went into meditation, and I did a little healing on her, little reading, and she was blown away. She was blown away. I got so excited. I got so excited my new little business, right? Yeah, there's so much that you learn. So you can find out more information on the website. So on bergeron.co.uk, and at the menu it says Feeling Basic course. You can click on that, and you can find out about the curriculum. You can listen to some testimonials from some of my students who've had physical healings, who've had shifts in their money as well. So I've got a wonderful story of Polly, who is making huge amounts of money at the moment in her coaching business. She's actually incorporated healing into her coaching business, and it's really taken off. The combination of the two work phenomenally. So she's able to work much more rapidly with her coaching clients to get much faster results. So you'll find out more about that on the website. So I encourage you to go check out the Feeling Basic and Advanced class. This is a life transforming class. Tools for life. It's a talking therapy. You can do it anytime. You don't need like any crystals or pendulums, anywhere, anytime, and it's guaranteed to change your life. This is how I started. This is what changed my life, and I can believe that it can change yours as well. Okay, so thank you so much. So visit the website, bergeron.co.uk, and check out the basic course, and look forward to seeing you on my Facebook Live, if not in class on Friday. Okay, bye guys.